Namo Buddhaya, everyone. Good evening. My name is Tina. I'm going to be helping Bante and Linda uh, navigate tonight's session. Before we begin, is there anyone that's new here tonight? I don't see any
Hi.
hands.
Uh,
Travis.
yeah, I'm new here. I've attended a couple of the Sunday meditations. This is my first time coming to one of the Wednesday meetings, though.
Okay, well, welcome. We're glad to have you with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, it's wonderful to see all my new friends or new friends and old friends tonight again. This session will be led by our most venerable Bante Amita Kema. Bante will lead us through the great teachings of the Buddhas and meditation this evening. Um, the Buddha's timeless teaching. We're grateful that Bante is able to join us and walk us through the Buddha's timeless teachings. Thank you, Bante, for guiding us and showing us along this way and all the teachings you've helped us with so far. We're very, very grateful. Now, as Bante walks us through this session, you may hear words like sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. It means excellent in the Buddhist language. It's a Pali word. If you are new, please do not worry. As you attend more session, you will develop your knowledge on the meaning of some of these words and develop your mindfulness. Before Bante begins, please try to stay present, sit comfortable, and think of one part of the session you would like to take away, if not the whole session. So as Bante is speaking, maybe there are some explanation of the teachings may resonate with you. So I encourage you to make notes and apply that in your daily practice. Now, I'm going to ask my friend Linda to give us a recap of last week's teachings. So, Linda, I'm going to pass it on to you. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, my friend Tina, for a great introduction, as always. I was Haripin Wat Amita Kema Bante. Thank you for the opportunity to do the recap tonight. So last week we learned two suttas from the Samyutta Nikaya, which is from Nidana Samyutta specifically. The first sutta's name is Natungha Sutta. It's called Not Yours, Samyutta Nikaya 12.37. So in this sutta, the Buddha said that our body doesn't belong to us or anyone else. That means that we don't hold full authority of our body. We cannot command our body. We cannot command our body not to age, become sick, not to die, or not to sorrow or to suffer. And the Buddha further taught that this body is an old karma. It is abhisankatam. That's the Buddha's language. It means specially created by a reason. Abhisanchetaitam, created because of intention or because of karma. And vedaniyang dattabang, that means we need to see it by experiencing it. That means some people are naturally healthy or possessing great wealth. Some people are born unsightly or poor or always sick. That mainly because of their old karma. But Bante said we can't take it only by one occasion because we have to see the big picture of it. Then we can decide that perhaps this is because of their old karma. Then the Buddha taught that a learned, noble disciple, reflecting wisely on the theory or the noble method of dependent origination. That is, iti imasming sati idang hoti. That means when this exists, or imasu upada idang upajjati. That means when this arises, this also arises. And also reflects on the reverse order that imasming asati idang nahoti. That means when this doesn't exist, this also doesn't exist. Or imasa niroda idang nirujjati. It means that when this ceases, this is also cease. So this theory refers to the 12 links of dependent origination. That is, when ignorance exists, sankhara exists. When sankhara exists, consciousness exists. When consciousness exists, mentality and materiality exists. When mentality and materiality exists, the six sense basis exists. When the six sense basis exists, the phassa, the contact exists. When contact exists, feeling comes to be exist. Feelings exist. When feelings exist, craving exists. When craving exists, clinging exists. When clinging exists, the arranging of karma exists. When arranging of karma exists, the birth exists. And when the birth exists, old age, sickness, old age, sickness, death, sorrow, lamentation, and all the suffering exists. So likewise, the reverse order is the same. When ignorance does not exist, sankhara does not exist. When sankhara does not exist, consciousness does not exist. So it goes like that in reverse order. So when the noble disciple reflects on this theory of the dependent origination, he understands that the body doesn't belong to him. The body only arises according to the law of dependent origination. The next sutta that we learned last week was called Pancha Bhaya Sutta in Samyutta Nikaya 12.41. 5 things that create fear and hatred. And this sutta was taught to the householder Anathapindika in Savatthi at Jeta's Grove, Anathapindika's monastery. The Buddha taught that when 5 things that create fear and hatred have subsided in a noble disciple, and he possesses the 4 factors of stream entry, and he has clearly seen and penetrated with wisdom. That means he has seen within himself with wisdom, just not mere knowledge. So when he has the 5 things, the 4 factors of stream entry, and he has seen the theory with wisdom within himself, then that noble disciple can declare of themselves that I am not going to take rebirth in hell world. I'm not going to take rebirth in the animal world, in the ghost world again. And I'm not going to take rebirth in all of the bad destination, the places of loss, and the underworld. And he also can declare for himself that I am a stream enterer, and I am destined to achieve enlightenment. So what are the 5 things that cause fear and hatred? That is none other than 5 precepts that we observe daily. So when we observe 5 precepts, we give fearlessness and non-hatred to ourselves as well as to other beings. These are the 5 things that cause fear and hatred. So if we abstain from killing beings, we give fearlessness and we give non-hatred to ourselves and to other beings. Likewise, the same with the other 4 of the precepts. And what are the 4 factors of a stream entry? So the first one is called Buddhe Avecca Passadena. That means unshakable confidence in the Buddha. So we have unshakable confidence in the Buddha, meaning we have confidence in the qualities of the Buddha. So mainly it's the 9 qualities. It's the qualities that we always chant. The Itipiso Bhagawa, Arahang Samma Sambuddho. So the Blessed One is, he already rid of hatred, delusion, anger, and also he's fully enlightened. He is the supreme teacher of humans and the gods. So all those 9 qualities. Also, the second one, the second factor is the Dhamme Avecca Passadena. So we have full confidence, unshakable confidence in the Dhamma, that the Dhamma is well taught, it's visible right here, right now, and we can see it within ourselves, and we can realize it according to our own wisdom. So those are some of the qualities of the Dhamma. And the third one is a Sanghe Avecca Passadena. We also have unshakable confidence in there are 9 qualities of the Mahasangha. When we talk about Mahasangha, that means it's the uh, 4 pairs of 4 pairs of people, 8 individuals. That means the first one is somebody who is working toward attaining stream entry, extreme entry, who is working towards attaining the once returner, Sakadagami, and the fourth one is the Sakadagami. Someone is working towards attaining the non-returning or anagami, and the sixth one is anagami, non-returner. Seventh one is somebody who's working towards attaining the arahantship, and the eighth individual is the arahant. And then some of the qualities of the Mahasangha is the Sangha is they are supatipanno, meaning they are following a good way by eradicating the greed, hatred, and delusion. They are samici patipanno, meaning they are very they are teaching the Dhamma without holding anything. They are uju patipanna. They are walking the uju, meaning the right way to attain the nibbana. And also they are one of the qualities, they are supreme field of merit. So when the offering that we offer to these 8 individual, we collect a lot of merits from there. So those are the few qualities of the Sangha. So the fourth factor is regret-free ethical conduct and never broken, even for the sake of life. So Bante explained what is meant by the unshakable confidence last week. It means that this is not a mere believing. So the noble disciple doesn't need to protect his confidence, and he can't erase it. The confidence is ingrained in him, and that is because he has seen the truth. Then actually in return, the confidence protects him. Lastly, Bante taught that we can also meditate on this reflection of the dependent origination while walking or sitting. And Bante also encouraged everybody to review the previous recordings of dependent origination and understand it in a deeper way. So, my friend Tina, that's all the recap from last week. Many merits.
Thank you, Linda. Many merits. That was a very nice recap. So I know there were a lot of information tonight, and some of it you might feel a little bit lost, but don't worry, you will learn as you go along, just like the rest of us. So I'm going to pass it over to Bante now to help us to dive into the suttas. Thank you, Bante.
Yes, and thank you, Tina. And yes, it's very nice. And the summary is you covered whole class, and it's very good, Linda. Okay, let's pay our respect to our Buddha and start. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. My homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's pay our respect to our teacher, Loko Swamin Wahanse. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear meditators, so we all covered the dependent origination, and today we are learning that how much sufferings, if someone understand this dependent origination as it is, so understand this, how much sufferings they are gonna erase from their life. So this is something important. So there's a, that there's a common question like that when we try to understand the big picture of anything, there's a common thing like people may say, oh, Buddhism talk about the sufferings also, so I don't like to suffer, think of that, because I want to have fun. Yeah, I mean, it's okay to have fun, but with having the big picture, like the understanding what's the goal, like what's the whole picture, what's going on in our life. The reason is, if not, you have attached expectations and from what you are doing, and when you don't meet that, you will suffer. And in the same time, this life, so no matter how old we are, when we reflect our past, it's nothing other than a thought, because we can't go and experience physically that past and it's already over. The same way, we all individually taking our last breath, not as a class, individually in different times, taking our last breath and breathe out, and then our whole past also, all the possessions, all the happiness we expected, we have attached, are just a thought, none other than anything. So then it's like uh, we expect so many happiness in the world, but world has a different plan. Whoever born to this world, he will die. So then we need to train ourselves to accept the reality as it is. So when we accept the reality, so what you get is you will let go that the fear of experiencing the reality. So then the whole life will be a happiness. So whatever the things happening in your life, you can say, okay, that's what I have expected. Okay, that's what I have expected, and nothing. So your expectation and what's going on in the world is not two different thing, the same thing. So today I thought of going through 10 scripts of the Buddha. So Buddha tried to explain us how much sufferings you are letting go by understanding dependent origination. So that's what we are learning today. So so then it's good to check in yourself, like, right? So when you check within yourself, is this just a knowledge, or is this or if not, this is kind of a improved understanding in myself. If it is just a knowledge, knowledge, just a knowledge can do nothing. It's like because when suffering hits, you should see that suffering like cause and effect rather than worrying. So that in the last Sila program, or the Observance Day to sing in Sinhala language program, we had a discussion, and we openly discussed this, and which is think that someone want to offer Buddha puja, offering someone to Buddha, like think that he prepare a delicious food or beautiful flower vase, and he used to offer it to Buddha regularly. So now when he do that, he feel like amazing amount of blessing in him, and he found to that. And so if he do only that, then he's in trouble without knowing even. As an example, think that you prepare a nice beautiful flower vase and you make it and you place it in front of the statue, and so that's what you do every day, and you feel like so much of kind of a amazing feeling within yourself. And one day you couldn't do that, you're unable to do that, then what will happen? What can happen? You have your own experiences, I know.
Feel sad
You feel
or just
sad.
yeah.
Yeah, you used to do something and you have attached to that, and it creates kind of a blessings in you, and now you couldn't do that. Now you feel sad. So sometimes then when you're sad and it create different problems, sometimes people attach and cling to what they are doing. And when they don't do it again, they feel like they are going to get punishments, like Buddha is going to punish him. Like Buddha is never gonna punish anyone because he's only enlightened and there is no place to find Buddha. But in subconscious, in your mind, you feel like, okay, someone's going to punish me because I did not offer the offerings and I did not light the lamps. Also, likewise, those attachments can happen. And sometimes think that you've just placed that beautiful flower vase and you sit and chant. Another person come and he also has some beautiful flowers and he want to offer his flowers. So what he's going to do is, while you are chanting, taking that flower vase and keep it aside somewhere else and put another, keep his flower vase. Now what happened? That's the time that third world war gonna start. But we are talking about, we are saying that eradicating anger, so holding anger is wrong, and as a good practitioner, we are not holding anger, we are letting go attachment. But at that moment, they can do that. So, do you understand what I'm talking about? This is a very common thing in, especially in monastics, lay people.
Bante, that happened to Linda and I. For Mother's
Oh.
Day, I prepared like 3 or 4 vases for the moms, like my friends, and we left it at the back. So when it was time to offer puja, we went to look for our flowers, and then the family who were offering the puja already took our flowers, and they were going to offer it.
See, I didn't
Yeah, it
read your
happens.
minds, but that's the common thing. It's not in DC, it's in Toronto even. See, so that's a common thing which can happen, right? So that means attachment creates suffering. So it's a blessing. Receiving blessing is one thing, but understanding is a totally different thing. We need kind of a blessings, we need kind of encouragement, we need something to hang in this uncertainty, but do not rely on that. Do not attach to fragile things. Improve your wisdom as much as you can. So when you feel suffering, when you feel pain, instead of pointing to someone, one who knows the dependent origination, he see, okay, whoever born Jati Pacha Jara Marana Soka Parideva Dukkha Domana Supayasa Sambhavanti. Because of the birth, so birth means that receiving six sense faculties, those are not under our control. So decaying, death, illness, sadness, lamentation, physical and mental pain, and those things arises and associating with the things we and people we don't like, and disassociating with the people and things we like. Those are things. So one who has that knowledge and as a wisdom, as his own true understanding, he see what actually happened instead of seeing it through our glasses, color glasses. We say, okay, yes, I mean, I would like to do something for my mom, like a special thing, but this world is not happening according to my wish and will, and it's okay. And you can turn your eye, like you can bring your own wisdom and wise consideration and think, okay, somehow someone already offered that to Buddha, so that's what I really wanted. So it's not because just think for a moment, you are putting some flowers to a glass and you are holding it and you are placing it in front of a statue. Statue is not the Buddha. So is there any place which says that when you place it in front of a statue, that's the time you get the good karma. There is no such a thing. So even you keep it in near the sink, your intention is there. So it's like you can like appreciate what you are doing, and you can rejoice the other person what they have done. So the person, even you kept it in the sink, or even you kept it in front of the statue, flowers will decay and flowers will die. So that's the reality. And so when we do not understand these things, even a small thing can create huge problem. So that wisdom is always what we need. So if you are a wise person, when you see something that happen, it's, as I said earlier, okay, that's what I have expected. I mean, because you are not whatever the things happen in it, so you are already accepted that. You are telling your mentality or your expectation with the current reality. So that's how we can live this sufferings free life. Okay, there is nothing much to share. I mean, this is like a story. This is like examples, like similes. So since I will try to translate while reading it for you. The first one is that the nakasika, that okay, like nakasika means that that in this thumbnail, in the thumb, the nail upper part. So Buddha taking small amount of like the dirt to his. So while think that he's sitting and he's teaching. While he's teaching, he take small amount of dirt into his nail top and asking a simple question: monks, where are the most dirt in? Whether in on my nail or on the ground. So all monks saying that it's no way of comparing. It's like very small amount of the dirt in Buddha's nail, but most of the dirt or the soil in the earth. So then Buddha saying a nice simile, like likewise, Evameva ko bhikkhave, the same way, dear monks, Arya Savakasa Ditti Sampannasa Pudgalasa. Arya Savaka means that the right practitioner. Ditti Sampannasa means one who has this right vision. Puggalasa means the person actually. So this person who understood the reality, that means attained this first stage of enlightenment or the extreme entrant. So that person has let go suffering like this whole earth. So remaining sufferings are like small amount of sufferings like the dirt on his nail. So likewise, like not more than 7 lives. So likewise, if he couldn't attain to nibbana or enlightenment in this very life, not more than 7 lives. So likewise, huge amount of sufferings you are gonna let go when you understand this reality. So don't just take this as a knowledge. See it within yourself. Like I said, brought us like a common story, like the people where they attach. So uh, in the same way, think that you used to offer Buddha puja or that some offerings in your house, and for some reason, by mistake or accident, your statue fall down and it broke into 2 pieces. So at that time, if your heart also broken, then if you can't fix it, if you feel like okay something bad gonna happen, that means that while instead of seeing Buddha through the teachings of the Buddha, you may try to see Buddha through that statue, from a fragile statue. So that's why you're suffering. That's why pain comes. So when it fragiles, what should you say? Wow, such a true what Buddha said. Everything subject to change. Vijjati dhammo vinjati. Things related to be broken, they will break. So see how nice what Buddha said is never going to be a lie. So you can contemplate the qualities of the Buddha from that truth, rather than try to see him like a superpower, invisible superpower who gonna protect us. So instead of that, try to see the reality. And so think that, so you make a delicious food and you expect your husband or your children to admire your effort. They just eat and say, oh yeah, good, so yeah, not bad. But that's not the expectation. You want to see that they are saying like, wow, amazing, like this is the best food. But they don't say anything. Then what happens? You feel like, is it too salty or is it not good? So you need a recommendation from them. You feel like suffering. How it comes? You had attached to a kind of a reaction which you want to see from them. And so likewise, you can see this dependent origination within yourself. And when you see that suffering, you can say, wow, that's amazing. Without lying or understanding exact reality happening in this world, Buddha understood this by himself and eradicated all the sufferings. And he taught us how amazing Buddha. It will be your Buddhanussati meditation on Buddha. It will be your meditation on teachings of the Buddha. It will be your meditation on the practitioners, the Sangha. Wow, they are practicing the right path rather instead of worrying. So like guys, so think that you have attached to something. It's really, really difficult you to let go. You're super attached. Then eh, be honest to yourself and believe that, yes, of course, I have clinged and super attached to this. Be honest to yourself and don't hide it. And if no matter whether it's ice cream, whether it's someone's smile, no matter whether it's love towards your children, no matter the appreciation comes from your boss or the management, admit to that truth. Like, and then if if there's a place you can honestly express what's going on yourself, and in that place with that people you can say, you know what, I'm a person who like will attach to ice cream, and that's truth. That's not a false, and that's true. Then what happened? You see the attachment as attachment without justifying it. What happened when you're not justifying your true life, your true attachments? Then our mind also creates some turns, like that it also justifying, you know what, that happened because of that, and I have not that much attached to ice cream, but I can let it go if I want, but since the ice cream in the refrigerator and I'm just eating, so likewise we just justifying our attachment. So instead of justifying, admit to that truth. You know what? I have severely attached to this, and I know that it has its own consequences, sufferings, and when you admit to that truth, what happened? Because of your honesty, you see the actual what's going on without putting I or self. You can see the cause and effect. And while suffering, you can see the qualities of the Buddha. While suffering, because why you're suffering? Because you do not have good confidence, let it go. But that's okay. First step is not letting go the attachment. First step is the right view, understanding things as it is. So letting go attachment comes the second, third, and final. So first is accepting the reality as it is.
Thank you, Bante. So I have huge attachment issues. So I know you said, like, if your kids you cook, they should, like, if they don't say thank you, let it be. I have a hard time letting that go because I feel every time I cook and my kids are sitting right in front of me eating, I feel like they should say something. Shouldn't we expect some level of, if in a family relationship, some level of expectation, or just let it go? Just let their expectation go.
So, I mean, do you want my honest answer?
Yes, I do. And I maybe need to be told many times because it's so deep that I have a difficult time untangling it out of my mind.
Yeah.
Even for people that, that was part of, like cousins and stuff like that, we used to be so close together. We did a lot of things together. And then suddenly I don't hear from them. I'm the only one left out and I feel sad. So
Yeah.
how do you deal with
I
deep?
mean, to deal with that, the best thing is you need to say that to your children when not as that order, when you are having like everyone understanding with in a mutual background. When talking, you can simply say, you know what, I really like to see you admire the food, if it is delicious, and because it feels something and it gives me more energy. Even though I'm so tired, I like to make delicious food, and I really like to admire when you do that. So when you are being honest and you are sharing it with the other people, then you are, that there's a secret in ego. Ego does not
Mm,
like to see that we see it. It's like,
mm,
so because when we see that, ego can justify what we are doing as right. So when you, if you are angry, if you are, this quality comes on to only to the people who understand the defilement as defilements. People who do not understand defilements and defilement, they phone to anger and the other things. But it's like, if anyone see that those defilements are defilements, when you see that, think that you are angry, and so instead of not saying that you're angry, if in your family, if you can share that, that there is nothing to be angry, but I feel angry for this thing, what you didn't appreciate my effort to make this delicious meal. Then what, what happened, you are not defending your defilement, and you also in the other's opposite side. Then your mind feels like, no, like that you feel that the shy to, like, embarrassment. Should I be mad for something like this simple thing?
mm,
Then with the others help also, there will be a time you can let it go. So for to answer for your question, in a family, yes, everyone is accountable to take care of, and it's being a family means that, like, you are sharing everything, and you should expect, you need to try your best to appreciate, accept others. So as if this question ask your children, I would say, hey, definitely
mm,
you need to appreciate your mom, and when she cook, and that's really important. Since I'm talking to you, what I'm saying, that it's good if they're appreciating, but if
mhm.
not, say it, and
Okay.
if they don't, please accept it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Bante. I'll work on that.
Yeah, and
I,
I really appreciate your honesty, right? That's the
mhm,
most
mhm,
difficult thing, to be honest.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Yeah,
I can
good.
actually relate to Tina's statement. I get anxiously attached. I'm trying to not be more securely attached. So
Mm,
that's a whole other story. But back to expectations. So now my mind is doing better than before of letting go of attachments, but I'm trying to figure out from a Buddhist perspective, how would you handle somebody going like, how they say it, hot and cold on you? Like,
yeah.
again, I'm trying to keep myself busy, not think about it. but deep down it still really hurts and I still have that attachment.
Yeah, so since you all know about these teachings, and then we know that suffering comes as the attachment to the expectation. So now, so what has happened most of in our lives, what has happened that this fetters created. That means that attached thought patterns have already created. There's a nice um, research done using pigeons, I believe. I can remember that. Uh, so when a pigeon packed to something, I can remember the exact thing, but I will give you that the idea. Packed to something, someone giving food, and that's the control group. To the other group, other of pigeons, when those pigeons pack, sometimes they give, sometimes they don't. Now what happened? The control group pigeons, when the researchers stopped giving the food treats, when they packed and packing couple of times, and they know that they are not going to receive it anymore, and they let go and they go to find food from somewhere else. Since this is a delicious food, that the pigeon who got that occasionally, like time to time, he feels like why somehow when I pack at any time there will be that treat comes. So that pigeon pack until it dies. Do you understand? Why? It got occasionally, and because it got it occasionally, it's like subconsciously, like it feels like somehow I will receive this. So that this, when we receive some sort of a sensual pleasures, not like consistently, when randomly, our mind create that thought pattern, that attachment, that fetter, like one day I will receive. That's a trap. That's a trap, like that trap, that pigeon. That pigeon died. So likewise, you know that novels and stories and songs are, those are nice to read, nice to listen, nice to enjoy. It's when it's rainy and having a coffee tea, but not to live that life. Because I have seen some people, I mean, think that in a novel, a character, once they feel like broke, like relationship broke, some characters, they live their whole life dedicated to that and worrying and suffering and thinking about that throughout the life. So it may be kind of a exemplary love story, again to read, not to live. So, but what happens when you do not understand this? Like when you get something occasionally, your mind attached to that, and that's why this thing always happening. Then you may not ready to let go. Your mind will say, okay, maybe today his mind may change. May, like after sometimes when your mind settles, when you're calm, suddenly that thought arises, no, now may he change, he may think of me. That's the trap. Remember, that small thought pattern can create a huge story. So therefore, if you feel calm and if you feel comfortable, do not even look into that trap. Work on that and create your own freedom, like until you are sure that you can be happy, you can hold your inner peace and happiness while having your relationships, while having your all the other uh, responsibilities. So until then, you need to protect yourself. So it's like, think yourself like that pigeon who occasionally randomly got treats and like attached to that. So that's one way of thinking. Why I'm saying that every defilement has attachment. So those attachments are dangerous. So people who do not feel anger to a certain level, they may think like the old people who are really angry. Oh, these people can't behave well, they can't understand anger, how bad they are. But we don't, you are saying in your point of view, your mind, and you're using your brain. But to you, maybe the lust. You are okay to let go anger, but when it comes something related to lust, you are not ready to let go. But maybe sometimes you are a person, you are okay to let go the lust or anger, but when something related to ego, you feel really difficult to let go. So likewise, understand, instead of judging others, you need to see within yourself what defilement. So whatever the defilement, it creates attachment and it creates suffering.
I was wondering, when we start detaching from our desires, how do we go about making decisions? And just to kind of go back to the food examples that we were using before, you know, when I go to a restaurant, I'm looking through the menu and I'm thinking, what do I want to eat, right? I'm thinking about like what I want and like what will make me feel good, and like that's how I pick out from the menu like what I want to eat that day. But like that's out of like the expectation that I'm gonna have like a really like tasty dinner, and that like I'm gonna get like the food I want when I go out. And like on a certain level, it's not really like rational or necessary, because anything on that menu would be nourishing, right? And even if I got, you know, maybe not the exact dish I want, it would still probably do more or less the same for my body as if I got something that was, it tasted exactly the way I wanted it to. So I guess if I'm removing my desires and the attachments from the equation, how do I actually go about like evaluating what decisions I should be making?
Go and find the most delicious food you would like and eat it. Definitely. Why so? So this attachment is nothing that if it is a necklace, you can put it away and then you don't want to go like that's okay because but the attachment is not the necklace. Attachment comes in your mind. If you think like, okay, I don't attach to this necklace today, but tomorrow you will go and backyard and try to find where I throw it away. So if you try to like intentionally like, okay, I'm going to avoid this attachment to this food, then that's the reason you will be more attached in the next day and you may really want to eat it. So don't try to, because you in lay life, having a lay life means someone who enjoys sensual pleasures, and that Buddha never asked to stop. See the danger and enjoy your lives. Danger means that the sufferings which creates. When you see the suffering, eventually your attachment will like fade away. And so when it comes to precepts, only 1 time or 4 times per month, who's gonna the lay people let go sensual pleasures and observe the observance while meditating also. So enjoy your lay life as a lay person, and that's the answer for that. So what will happen in future? Eventually there will be a day like you will say to the waiter, uh, hey, you know what, I would like to enjoy a new food, and find the best for menu, like the best food you have, and bring it. Then you will enjoy different taste, and rather than attach to one certain taste. So because your mind is ready to experience and enjoy new things without attached to a certain thing over and over again. I'm now going to narrow down all the similes. Second one is Pokkarani. Pokkarani means a pond. Buddha saying 50 yojana means like 50 multiplied by 10 miles long, like the width and the height. It's like a cube pond, and in that pond, like the water is even into the top, like even a bird can come and drink water on top. So then one person taking like a weed and putting into water and taking it out, and there is a small amount of water in that weed. So Buddha asking where the most water is. Most water is in the pond. So likewise, the person who understood this reality and attained the stream entrance, he is letting go like a pond amount of sufferings, and he has small sufferings to experience in future when he understands this reality as it is, like the water in the wheat. Then so Buddha is saying again, there's a place in India, the Ganges River, Yamuna, Achiravati. I don't know the now names for this. Yamuna, Achiravati, Sarabu, Mahi. These all rivers connecting in one place before those water go to the sea. So then Buddha is saying, where's the most water in that place, or someone taking 2 or 3 drops of water out. So then Buddha is saying, like the one who attained the stream entrance, he is the person who let go that the water, like suffering, like the water in that junction. And the remaining suffering is like the small, like 2 or 3 drops. And then same thing, say the same simile. And okay, so Buddha is saying the water, what if that all the water in that junction like vaporized, shall we say? And that's not the exact answer, but slightly that's like a common meaning we can say. So the whole water like vaporized and remaining 2 or 3 drops. So likewise the sufferings, the person who let go, like attain the first level stage or stream entrance, is eradicating sufferings like that the amount of the water. Then the Patavi Sutta, which means someone taking, like that there's a fruit, it's almost similar like the olive. So if someone creating 7 like olive size of fruit amount of soil out of the ground, and then the person who let go the whole suffering is like the whole earth, and remaining suffering is like the something like 7 fruits of that olives, the soil which taken from the out of the earth, the remaining suffering. That's another simile. Then the second one, it says same way like that the rest of the earth is like vanished, and then the 7 olive fruit size piece of earth is remaining. So likewise that the sufferings are ending. Why there are so similar suttas? I think these similar suttas because Buddha has given these discourses in different places. So after Buddha passed away, like the attained the enlightenment, within 3 months monks gathered to one place and collected all the discourses. So then this different the discourses which given in different places grouped in one place, and that's why that can be the main reason these same suttas are in this order, because Buddha never given this speech or discourses in this order. This is the suttas in the canon is in order to um, like it's like a library way, more like library way, not like a learning way. Then the Samudra Sutta, someone taking like 2 or 3 drops of water from ocean, so likewise that's the remaining suffering. In second Samudra Sutta, it's like the whole ocean is like vaporized and remaining 2 or 3 drops, so likewise remaining suffering if someone attained in the first stage of the stream entrance. So that the again there's another like the Everest mountain, someone creating like mustard size 7 so pieces from earth, and that's why that's like the remaining suffering if someone attains the stream entrance. And second sutta saying the rest of the thing eroding and remaining is like a 7 mustard seed size earth from the Everest. So likewise the remaining suffering. And the third sutta saying the mum being, it's like 7 mum being amount of sufferings remaining. So I'm just saying it in rush because we want to finish the class, but the idea is like huge amount of sufferings one will let go uh, if someone see this reality as it is. So now you can understand this within yourself, right? So now as a person who know these teachings of the Buddha, it says swakat, well discourse, sandittika, we can understand it here and now, akaliko, timeless teaching, ehipasiko, it's like open to all, we can come and see this, open icos, we can see it within ourselves. And when we understand, like you can understand up to your wisdom level, like and then individually. Pachattam veditabbo vinyohi. So since we know this sort of a teaching, when suffering hit next time, instead of pointing finger to someone else in the outer world, to a politician, to someone, to your family or someone in the outer world, see that attachment and let go. Why? If you find this politician is the problem, I mean, we lived this earth, right? Do you think the next politician gonna end all the sufferings you have? No, that's impossible. So, I mean, if you think this is the someone belong to your family is the problem, once he corrected himself, do you think that's the end of the suffering? No, there will be someone. I mean, while you are driving peacefully, someone will overtake and create a suffering. So likewise, sufferings are part of this life. So then what we need to understand, please understand attachment and let go the attachment. Then what happens? You will say, okay, that's what I have expected. I mean, you didn't deliberately expect it. That's okay, what's already happened. It's like think that you would like to have a Coke, but if you get a water, don't discriminate water. So admire the water like you admire in the Coke. Wow, it's water. Admire it. You can admire it when you have not attached. If you have attached, you will say, oh, it's okay, it's water, but it's okay. Then you are not fully accepting it as it is. Okay. I mean, see this, how nice this Buddha's teaching. I mean, to me personally, I don't want to protect your confidence towards Buddha, and you don't want to pretend like uh, uh, I'm okay what Buddha said, even though I have different idea. So Buddha say, okay, bring it on, like ask questions, discuss. Even Buddha, so Buddha saying that to his fellow monks, you do not want to protect me. And this Dhamma also not like when we protect Dhamma or what Buddha said, when we practice that, it protect us rather than we are trying to protect something like. That's why I'm saying this understanding, when you understand this reality as it is, even you can't erase your confidence towards Buddha. That's it. So it's not like you're try to protect it and you are not like closing your ears and you are like not listening to what other people say. You do not want to protect in any way. You can have all open your ears. You can see reality as it is. So that's why you have freedom to see this world as it is. And when you open yourself and when you see something happening, you can see, okay, this is a suffering. Why it's turned to a suffering? Because I have attached to something else. And if you can remember that restroom example, which I often say, that there are sufferings in this world, we do not take it as a suffering. Like we need to go to restroom at least couple of times a day. But we don't like take it as a suffering. We see it as part of our life, even though it's a suffering. Why so? We accept it as a part of our life, And we see others also going to restroom. If others don't want to go to restroom, if it is the only problem of ourselves, okay, now we are taking it as a serious thing like a cancer. So we are okay if everyone going through that, okay. If only us, then we are not ready to accept it as a suffering. So don't wait others suffer the things which you are going through, maybe a financial situation, maybe issues with your relationships. Accept it as a part of your life, and then you won't suffer. Then that problem, what you say, saw it as a problem, it will be just an incident or part of our life. Nothing special like going to restroom. Okay.
Thank you, Bante. That was an amazing teaching on how to look at suffering from a different angle, or the way the Buddha has left, in the Dhamma teachings for us to practice and to recognize. So thank you so much for teaching us.
Oh, I just saw that there's a message from Dustin. Give me a second to answer that.
Okay.
I
Yes.
understand that expectations and attachments cause suffering. Are there any expectations and attachments that are healthy and do not cause suffering? So Dustin, expectations are okay. Attachment to the expectation is the problem when we understand it deeply. So it's like, I mean, you have an, without expectation to join to this class, you won't join this class. So attachment is like you really want this only to happen in this world. And answer for your question is, wherever we have attached, there is suffering, because it's not someone else putting in ourselves. This, the one characteristic of this existence is everything subject to change. I think that the banana example, which I often share again. So when we say, if I ask you to like think of a delicious banana, you think of a banana in yellow color, so beautiful and smell so much of good smell, and you like it. If there's a worm, and worm also hearing the same thing, worm probably think a banana is spoiled, and it's like to us it's like disgusting, but to eat it's like a heaven. Yeah. So uh, but banana does not have only that the delicious fruit what we like, only that the what worm like. It from flower to a banana fruit, and even to again turn into soil. It has its own, it's everything it has. So like that's impermanent. So since everything subject to change, everything's changing, wherever we have attached, there is suffering. So that's the nature.
Okay, Bante.
It was a
Pass it on.
beautiful talk. It's amazing.
Mhm.
Hopefully I can do justice to it.
I think we all resonate with the same the suffering in our life, one way or another, right? Different stories. Yeah. Okay, Bante. Thank you.
Let's share blessings and mind. So today we all learned about the dependent origination and the benefit of understanding the truth of, like, we understood the benefit of understanding the reality and attaining the stream entrance, how much sufferings which remove it from our life. So by the power of this good karma, let's share all these merits with all the divinely powers, and if there are any private guardian to you, with them, and with your past relatives and friends, with our teacher Pinat Lokuswaminas and all the monastic monks who live all around the world, and let's share all these blessings with our wonderful volunteers and all the meditators and Dhamma listeners. May you all be well, may you all be happy, and may your all good wishes come true, and may you all able to experience the blissfulness and the happiness. So I'm going to chant the blessings in Buddha's language. අභිවාදන සීලෙස නිච්ඡං වද්ධාපචායිනෝ චත්තාරෝ ධම්මා වඩ්ඩන්ති ආයුවන්නෝ සුඛං බලං ආයුරාරෝග්‍ය සම්පatti සග්ග සම්පatti මේවච අතෝ නිබ්බාන සම්පatti මිනාති සමිච්ඡතෝ May you all have a long life, healthy life, and happy life. May your all good wishes come true. Namo Buddhaya.